This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Hello, I'm John.
Hello, John. I know you're John. Go ahead, introduce us.
All right, I'm John Cullum, and you know who that is.
I know who I am. I'll say who I am.
Emily Franco, my wife.
Yes, I am your wife.
That's correct.
Well, we're going to do a post today for my blog, M's Talkery.
Very good.
And guess what the subject is?
Something about talking?
John, brace yourself.
What?
I'm going to probe into what you've been doing lately, John.
Oh, dear.
What in the world have you been reading on your Kindle? You read at night? Sometimes during the day you've been reading when you're not rehearsing.
You know.
What in the world are you reading?
Well, I don't just read on the Kindle. Like, for instance, when I'm in a play, I haven't been using the Kindle. I reread most of Marlowe's plays, which I enjoyed doing that. I hadn't read them in a long time, but on the Kindle, I try to get all the things that I don't have to pay, so I usually go back to classics.
Now, wait a minute. You mean if you have to pay, you wouldn't get a book?
Oh no, you know that I've paid for several books, and I've read some of the things that friends of yours who are authors, and I've read
yes,
2 or 3
but
books.
You actually look for free books for your Kindle.
Well, it's easy for me because I like the classics.
Okay, so tell the world. You're the world. You people who are watching this, you're the world. John Cullum, tell the world what you have been reading.
Well, I downloaded Madame Bovary because I had never read any of the Madame Bovary.
The Flaubert.
Yeah, and I don't particularly like that. And I got about halfway through that, so I decided to go and pick out some Dostoevsky, and I read Crime and Punishment, which was very, very interesting. And all of these things I haven't quite finished.
So you're still lingering with Crime and Punishment.
Yeah, when I get right to the end of it, I start looking at something else.
That little gesture means, oh my God, this guy, what kind of a mind does he have? Go ahead, John.
Okay. All right, then after Dostoevsky, I decided that I wanted to read some of James Joyce, because I've never been able to get through James Joyce at all. And I got the artist as
Portrait of the Artist as a young man.
Yes, and that's very, very interesting.
That's a wonderful book.
Yes, and
that inspired me.
And I got almost all the way through that, and I'm almost.
That's still yes, John. Tell us more, John.
Now I'm reading. What happened was I got the Oxford Classics or the Harvard Classics. That's what it was.
Right.
And I remember having those in the house when I was a kid. But these are online, and there's so many different things that I ran across Goethe, which I'd never read. I'd tried to read Faust numerous times, never was able to get all the way through it. And so I started reading a play. I can't even remember the name.
We did Faust. When we were at Green Mansions, we were in the opera performance of Faust. Even I was in it. I was in it too.
Well, the opera.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, go ahead. Faust.
So I picked out there was this, what I thought was a short piece by Goethe, and it turns out to be a novel by Goethe, and it's very similar in many aspects to the James Joyce. It's about a young man who is an artist, and it's his development as an artist and his sexual exploits and all that stuff. So I'm reading that, and it's a little confusing, and particularly since I'm redoing. I had to rethink the Lilium or the Carousel rather. So that's been on my mind, and that's what I've been reading.
So just a few little things that you've been reading, but what's very interesting is...
Oh, I didn't mention that I downloaded also the Chaucer's...
Just a little Chaucer for dessert.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just wanted the world, that's you who are watching, to know that this guy, nice guy, good American, Southern Baptist, normal person with a college education, reads all this stuff and doesn't quite finish it, and
doesn't quite understand it.
These eyes are floating around. Well, that's the subject I wanted to discuss. Would you please put an end to this video?
Okay, well, I'll just have to point out that while I'm doing all this reading, my wife is down there doing something every day, sometimes in the 40s, sometimes in the 50s, in terms of writing, replying to people. I don't know what it's on Facebook.
40s and 50s means the number of things.
Yeah,
never mind.
Including the things that she writes a blog about. Used to be every day. Now it's about 3 or 4 a week. And you think that's easy?
I write a blog every other day. John, finish this. You're starting to give too much information.
Well, I haven't finished all those things, so I'll have to start something new because you've got me all excited about reading.
So this is John and M.
Right now I'm reading a story about Alan J. Lerner, and you and I lived all through these, and I'm finding out things that were going on behind the scenes while we were living in front of the scenes.
Okay, so this is John Cullum, and this is Emily, and we are now maybe signing off, and now you know what this sweet, nice guy reads. Finish this, John.
Okay. Well, I thank you for the opportunity of telling you all about this stuff that I'm reading, and don't get the idea that I'm absorbing all of it. I just enjoy doing it. And Emily, I admire you for your writing, and I admire me for my reading. Okay? We'll see you next week, okay? So long. This is AI.R. See you next week.